regarding the korban, and in particular the korban olah, in that it was an isheh, ReiACH, NiCHOACH. Mitzvot fall into one or more of the three categories, eidot, chukim, and mishpatim. And within each of the categories there is a degree of logic embedded into the mitzvah. The most logical, the mishpatim, is a body of mitzvot that codifies a set of requirements that allow one to function within a society. Humanism is good, but does not stand up against self-interest, hence the need to codify laws such as not killing, not stealing, etc. Marriage laws fall into this category, along with the prohibitions and limitations as to who one may choose as a life partner. The second category, the eidut, also have a logical role within Judaism. This category incorporates those mitzvot that have a symbolic component. All systems, both secular and religious, need symbols. A symbol is an object, action, or idea that represents something other than itself. Symbolism creates quality aspects that make events meaningful to the individual. Ot is the Hebrew word for symbol, and in early Judaism it was a visible religious token representing the relationship between God and man. Cain was given a special ot to protect him from harm. The rainbow, an ot that God would never again attempt to obliterate mankind from the face of the earth. Shabbat is deemed to be an ot, a sign, that represents a relationship between God and man through the observance of Shabbat. And for that matter, all the time-related mitzvot serve as symbols of past situations in which God interacted with man. But then there is a large body of mitzvot that fit neither into the category of mishpatim nor into the category of eidut, although one can find in the literature attempts to place these mitzvot into either the eidut or the mishpatim categories. Into this category will go the restrictions against the eating of certain foods, prayer, tefillin, mezuzah, that are not necessarily symbolic of past events, nor do they fit the category of mishpatim, unless we broaden the definition of mishpatim to include the needs of a religious faith community. A subset within this group would be the chukim, those prohibitions that have within them embedded an internal contradiction. Laws of Shatnez, the Para Aduma, the prohibition against eating basar b'chalav. But aside from the subset of chukim, most mitzvot, it would seem, fit neither into the category of eidut or mishpatim. Into this group, I would suggest, would fall the obligation to bring korbanot. The communal korbanot would most probably align themselves with the mishpatim, but the personal and voluntary korbanot would be akin to today's mitzvot that relate to tefillah and an interaction with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. They are not eidut, they are not chukim, they are not mishpatim. They are things that one must do as part of Judaic practice. What is somewhat problematic is one aspect of the korbanot. In over 30 locations, the korban is referred to as being a ReiACH NiCHOACH LaHashem. The term ReiACH NiCHOACH, as we mentioned previously, would be understood anthropomorphically as kaviyachol, bringing a certain degree of satisfaction and contentment to God. However, this concept is to be understood. But then we are told that this ReiACH NiCHOACH comes from an isheh, the taking of the animal and burning part or all of it upon the mizbeach. Herein lies the anomaly. God does not smell in the physical sense. Man is basically destroying an item of value. From the actual burning, he gains nothing. So the question that can be asked with respect to a korban is what is actually gained with the burning of an animal upon the mizbeach. Bringing a korban is not a problem, as it reflects the act of offering something to a deity, and in doing so establishes a relationship. The need to burn part or the entire animal upon the mizbeach would seem to be a purposeless act, benefiting neither God nor the one bringing the korban. And this, according to the Rebbe, underpins Rashi's commentary in terms of a commandment to the people that nachad ruach lefanai v'na'aseh ritzoni.